Hey, have you heard people say doing voiceovers is a numbers game? The more you audition, the greater the chance that you will land a job. Have you heard that? Well, it's the sixth blunder on my list. And by blunder, I mean something I used to believe that is no longer true for me. Now, you may think the more you do something, the better you get at it. And so you're in fact increasing your chances of success. But that's only true if you actually improve what you're doing, if you learn something. The act of repetition in and of itself is meaningless. The act of repetition in and of itself is meaningless. The act of repetition in and of itself is meaningless. It could even be detrimental if you keep on making the same mistakes, reinforcing them by repetition. Unlearning bad habits can take a lot of time, believe me, I've been there and done that. I just attended a talk by Olympic skier Barbara Ann Cochran. She grew up with a ski slope behind her house in Vermont, and she went downhill thousands of times before she represented the United States in 1972 at the Olympics and won a gold medal on the slalom. The more she skied, the better she became, but only because she was coached by her dad every single day. He eventually became the coach of the United States Olympics team. You see, if you make the same mistakes over and over again, you only get better at what you're not good at. In that case, more is less. People who believe the more you audition, the greater your chance you will land a job, value quantity over quality. Any fool can crank out 50 mediocre auditions a day, but it takes a smart person, a clever person to deliver an audition that is so good that it could become the final take, and in some cases it will become the final take. I just think it's another one of those ideas that was popularized by the pay-to-plays to keep their members happy, or delusional as I like to call it. Just like the stupid idea that doing auditions is great practice, the notion that the more you audition, the better your chances is ludicrous. Of course you can argue that you'll never land the jobs you don't audition for. That's a given. When I first started, I jumped at every opportunity and made a fool of myself. And how do I know that? Because I've saved every single audition and I'm appalled at how bad I was. Believe me, it was terrible. I would never have hired me. But I didn't know I was bad because I wasn't working with a coach who could give me some unfiltered feedback. At the time, I thought I was actually pretty good and not in need of any help, which ties back to one of my other blunders, thinking I could do it all by myself. There's this famous story about one of the richest men on earth, investor Warren Buffett. A journalist once asked him how he got so rich, and Buffett said it had to do with the power of a positive no. Every day Buffett receives hundreds of investment opportunities and says nope, no, 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 and no. Until one shows up that he feels has potential and he says, yes. I do the same thing when my auditions are coming in. I say, nope, 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 no, no, until I see one I believe I can nail. The script has my name all over it. The words melt in my mouth, and those are the ones that I go for. The more selective I am, the greater my success rate. Let me repeat that. The more selective I am, the greater my success rate. And you know what? This attitude saves me so much time and energy. I no longer chase everything that moves. Instead, I can focus on attracting work through creation of content. At this point in my career, I'd say that I don't have to audition for many of the jobs that come my way. Clients know where and how to find me, and they know what I have to offer. And when I do auditions, I'll do everything I can to stand out and put in an informed bid. An informed bid, yes. No blind bid, but an informed bid. I have a lot of less audition stress these days because I've also learned to let go. Once I've sent the audition to the client, I let it go just like a balloon in the air. Oh, there it goes. It's literally out of my hands. I know I can only influence my part of the deal. I cannot control how my audition is received. Years ago, I did not book a job because my voice and way of speaking reminded the casting director of her old boyfriend who was Dutch and whom she hated. There's nothing I could have done that would have changed that. I got my first real job in radio because I reminded the person I would be working with of her teenage son who was no longer alive. These are make or break moments you cannot prepare for. cranking out more auditions isn't going to help you either. So instead of spending all day auditioning, why not work on improving your audio quality? Learn how to act and sing, join an improv group, take a course in marketing or video editing. All of these things will increase your chance of winning those auditions, instead of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Now, if you found this in any way helpful, please give me a like or a thumbs up. If you think this was a waste of time, let me know why in the comments. Okay? Hey, join me tomorrow for my next blunder, believing that we work for a client. I'll see you then. Bye.